Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Christelle Martinette, and I'm going to slack off the December dance readings because now I'm going to offer one at a time a peek into 2017 for each individual sign. So it's a long haul, and what's going to happen for me in December, I'm planning to go back to see my family. I'm going to put these out, the 2009 peaks, and then the January readings towards sometime towards the end of the month or the beginning of January. So there'll be a time where there'll be Christelle silent. And so now I'm going to start these these 2017 peaks. Just a word of how they'll be working. I'm going to be using the Lenormand cards with a mini grand tableau that I have invented with different houses that mean different things. And the way I read that will be gleaning certain things. And I don't want to get too technical on you, and it'll take me half an hour just to explain what I'm doing. But I'll get into the reading and give you the readings, showing you the cards first of all. On to the readings. Bye-bye. Hi Cancer, it's me again for your, as I announced in the introduction, a peek into 2017 for you, Cancer. Let's see what 2017 holds in store for you. What 2017 holds in store for Cancer. For Cancer. Okay, now the most important thing is that's coming up is emerging is that 2017 is going to come in with a bang. It's going to start. It's a game changer for you. Um, it's a game changer for you, and I'm thinking that it's even the first month of the year is going to be very characteristic of the pace. It's going to change your life. It seems as if something happens over the holidays, perhaps, that gives you an idea of what is in store. And then you just turn around and say, okay, I'm ready to make my changes. I'm ready to go down that path I've been thinking of the whole time. Now, we come into the year as being very mature, even if through the eyes of a child you have the maturity, but you look ahead with the eyes of a child, thinking that anything is can be possible. Surprises can come and fall in my lap, and it does herald in an ending with the past, and very, very quickly it does that. This brings you it brings you a sort of stability. Let me show you first all of the cards. There you go. The lilies, the child, the scythe, the anchor, the cross, the letter, the mice, the mountain, the stars, the fox, the garden, the tower, the banquet. Yeah, I was going to say the bouquet. The birds, the coffin, and the snake. as I was saying, the stability, this new change brings in a stability, this new decision on your part. But then we have almost as if, so differently compared to your characteristic nature, there is an upstepped mode of communication, upstepped rhythm of your communication with others. And seemingly in the past, where difficulties, difficulties were always in your path, in your mind, you brought about difficulties. You would say to yourself, oh, Cancer friends, you would say, I that's not me, I can't go there. Or I'm not that type of person, I can't fit the job. I don't have it in me too. This is something that's going to be changed. And what was, for those of you who were non-believers, the St. Thomas of you in the group, all of a sudden you're starting to look for a higher power. You're going to start because you see coincidences there. Your intuition tells you certain things that come about. You start having these sort of revelations, and those characteristic ideas that you held in your mind, thinking this is not for me, I can't do that. That is going to start to change with the onset of the faith. I'm going to call it faith that you, or this spiritual power that you're feeling in you and around you, that will be leading the way for you, guiding you along your path. But it will help not only your social life, it's always also going to help your work life, your public life, basically. How you interact with others, and at the same time, your relation with authority. You may have been hiding from taking responsibility for certain things, or not wanting to go to the altar when your companion would have liked. Now it seems that those of you who were shirking responsibility in that sense will be taking a step forward, and you'll be rewarded for that. Like I said, there's communication here that will be stepped up, and it's almost as if the quiet, calm Cancer, those of you who are going to become chatterbox Cancer, but talking about topics that are completely different from your normal topics. Those of you who delve in politics are going to find yourself thinking in terms of either spiritual, religious terms. The social aspect is very much highlighted in 2017, both on an outward nature, you going and seeking out people, and an inward nature, your propension to be out there as well. A new beginning in this sense, a very new beginning. And both of the cards, the coffin and the snake together, talk of a rebirth, talk of a complete change, really overturning what was before, what the Cancer was before. Now, there are certain themes that are specific here. And like I said, the beginnings and endings, there's going to be a transformative nature to your year. But you're going to come into the year with a maturity ready to face those new beginnings and the endings. Also, as I mentioned, your eyes will be the eyes of a child, because many of you out there, the Grouches, the Scrooges, the Ebenezer Scrooges of you out there who really didn't like Christmas, are now going to look forward to Christmas, are going to go back to that child that you were, Cancer, looking and seeking out surprises, knowing that there is a higher power that has the possibility of throwing a surprise your way. This is not something that you believed before for those non-believers. Also, the endings that you have decided to enact, to complete, are going to be done so with a mature mind, without any looking back or any regrets there. The communication, as it seems that communication is the most important aspect of the entire year, it's going to be stable for you. It will bring you a form of stability. You will start communicating with others, and that will be reflexive and giving you a sense of security. Also, there is a major change. This is what I'm seeing concerning your work and the way you conceive of your work. You are not ready to take any more bullshit. You don't want to you don't want to be anybody's water boy here. Either you stop, end your job and go forward, or you face with maturity and responsibility, you face your superiors or the powers that be, and you iron things out. This is all part of your new type of communication. And again, I'm reminded every single card that the communicative factor is going to bring you a greater sense of security. Now, in terms of guidance, as I said, those of you who were non-believers and just, lived your day for the day and just thought that, okay, you come into this world, the rich get richer, the poor get poorer, I was dished out this, that, oh, excuse me, let me take a glass of water here. Oh, I've got my glass and thrown the light on the ground. Let's see what I could do here. There you go. There you go. Okay. Well, light seems to be an issue today. Isn't that the a loaded statement? Okay. And we were talking about guidance and the St. Thomases of you and the non-believers, that you're going to be looking for a different power. You're going to start believing that there is something. There's sort of magic. Something can happen to you. The issues that were on the downside, there is, there is a rotten apple in every bunch. The notion of home. Okay, you're going to feel destabilized there because there's going to be a separation from someone, or you will have been served papers, divorce papers, or you will understand once and for all that your life partner is no longer with you, in the sense that they are not part of your family, they're not supporting you. That notion of home is going to be surfacing again and again. Also, we talked about public life. We talked about public life and how that is going to be more public, more social, and that is probably the most beneficial area for you in 2017. Added to your stepped up communicative power and characteristics, it will bring you an abundance in interpersonal relations and relations concerning the job, your work, your livelihood. There is, concerning obstacles, it seems that you, Cancer, the year 2017, is seeing you in a position of being able to overturn obstacles because of your maturity, because of your smarts, your intelligence. And the decisions that will be brought before you the year 2017 are going to be decisions of a public nature. So going back to the idea of the home and maybe a separation, that will be made public. Going to the idea of the job, that will be made public. You're going to your superiors. So it is a public life that you will be leading, more in the public eye in the year 2017. You're going to have, in the house of the nuisance and the problems, the issues, I have here a tower situation. So there could be a legal issue that you have to face. Could be having to do with the home. Could be having, maybe you get into an accident, there's liability there. There's something that you have to contend with. Maybe you have an overload of parking tickets and they catch up with you, but there's something to do, or maybe you'll be called for jury duty, but that is going to be a nuisance for you. That is going to be representing a nuisance for you because it will put your plans on hold. Also, the hidden side to the year 2000 is going to be an actual surprise. There's something that is going to come your way that the cards are not going to tell you, but they have couched it in the form of a surprise that you need not know from this reading. It is going to be a positive surprise. Communication, chatter, matters of communication, that again, I must have said it 7 times in the reading, is going to be the watchword for 2017. Also, the animus side to you, the male side to you, is going to be acquiesced. I'm not sure if that's the right word. It's going to be put, quelled. It's going to be calmed. Whereas the anima side to you, the female side to you, is going to be very instrumental in getting you what you want. And that we have to remember. I'm going to take the runes to see what the casting can afford us by way of clarifications or further details. Yes, the issues that you will have with authority or any legal matters, that will be coming, that will be a curved ball. You won't see that coming. Also, on the decline are going to be issues that, remember we talked, I said that the home, there will be, every cloud has a silver lining, but there's also the cloud part, and the cloud part does talk about the issues that you have been experiencing of late concerning the absence of somebody in the home, concerning something that goes wrong in your home or what you call your home. Those will be slowly on the decline during the year 2017. Your home will be more of a public venture. Your home is going to be with your friends. You're going to understand that that's where you can gain your greatest security. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't tell you enough, Cancer, how much communication, the diag is on the letter card, diag, and Ingvat, and right next to that, over the cross, is Unio. They are telling you how much communication is going to afford you a greater chance, a new opportunity to be yourself, more of yourself. Here I have as well, it keeps up. There are about 5 runes that talk about communication here, and together they're really shouting out a message that although you are going to be in the public's eye, although you are going to face obstacles with your talk, with your chatter, be advised, the joint message between the runes and the Lenormand cards, that you need to remain watchful. You really need to size up situations. Don't jump in. And because things are not as smooth as they may seem. The more you stay in the public's eye, the more abundant you will be. Let me just check to see if I've covered all my bases, Cancer. Yes, this is a peek for you, Cancer, into 2017. I hope this was of help. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen, Cancer friends. And have a great New Year's and usher that year in well. Bye-bye.